Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing absolutely well. So guys, in this video we are going to do the preparation of complete technical questions that are asked in Deloitte, and this is going to be a one shot video in which you will get the maximum amount of questions related to computer fundamentals or technical questions, as we say that there is a part in Deloitte exam, as you must know. So all the questions that are possible I have tried to cover in this video. This video is going to be super helpful for you for your upcoming Deloitte exam, so make sure to watch the video till complete end. And if you have any doubts in any question, you can ask me in the comment section. And guys, I have done a lot of hard work in creating this video, because this kind of content is mostly available in paid version over the internet. So make sure to support me by subscribing to the channel and giving this video a like. So I don't want to waste much time. Let's directly start with our today's video. So first of all, if you are new to my channel and haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure to do so, because there is a lot of helpful content for you that I regularly post on the channel. Okay, also there is a complete playlist on Deloitte on my channel. Make sure to check that too. It is going to be super helpful in your preparation journey. So let's now start our today's video. Let's look at this question. Which of the below are document based database services? The options that we have are MySQL, MongoDB, Cassandra and CouchDB. So we have different options, that is all of the options, or either 3 and 2, or either 1 and 2, or second and fourth. Okay, so guys, let me tell you the answer for this. The correct answer for this will be C, MongoDB and CouchDB. These both are what? These both are database services, okay, which is like asked in the question. So the correct answer for this question is going to be second and fourth, okay, which is our option number D. So the correct answer for this question will be option number D. Moving on to the next question. The SQL statements are given below are executed in this order, okay. That is, the first statement is create table demo a varchar 10 slash insert into demo values, and then these values are mentioned 101 and 5567. Update demo set null. And then we have the question, what will be the result of the statement given below if executed? And what is the statement that is given to us? Select star from demo. Okay, so see, this the SQL statement creates a table with columns, inserts a value, and then updates the value to null in this case. Okay, so the final result from this statement that will come is select star from demo is which is option number B. Okay, that is initially AB and then 101 and then null. Okay, because as I mentioned, what is happening, it is like SQL statement is first creating a table and then with columns. Okay, creating a table with columns. Okay, then inserts the value in that and then updates the value to null. Okay, updates value to null. So hope you found the answer. So the correct answer for this question is option number B. Okay, moving on to the next question. Choose the incorrect statement regarding IPv4 protocol. Okay, and we have options again. The first statement is IPv4 provides both error control and flow control mechanism. Second option is it is reliable protocol. Third option is IPv4 works at network layer of OSI model. And then again we have options, that is either only 3 is incorrect, or 1 or 2 are incorrect, or second or third is incorrect, or 1, second and third all are incorrect. So see, the correct answer for this question is going to be option number B, which is first and second statement are incorrect. Okay, and now let's see. See, IPv4 does not provide error control and flow control. It's considered an unreliable protocol. Okay, so this one is wrong. Okay, next is IPv4 works at the network layer of OSI protocol. Okay, so that's what, like, based on these, the correct answer will be option number B. So the first and second is wrong. Okay, because network layer 1 is already correct, because IPv4 actually works at network layer. Moving on to the next question. Which type of attack inundates a network or server with an excessive number of requests? The options that we have are rendering it inaccessible for legitimate users, and so now the options that we have are phishing, spoofing, DDoS and brute force. The correct answer in this case is going to be option number C, which is going to be DDoS. Okay, so DDoS stands for what? Distributed denial of service. Okay, if you are not aware, DDoS stands for distributed DOS or denial of service. Now DDoS attack floods a network or server with excessive requests, rendering it inaccessible. Okay, So the correct answer is option C. Moving on to the next question. Which of the following is a method user to verify the identity of a user or device attempting to access a network? Okay, the options that we have is encryption, biometrics, firewall, or DMS. The correct answer is option number B, which is biometrics. Okay, so biometrics is basically used to verify the identity of a user or device which is attempting to access a network. So the correct answer in this case is biometric. Okay, now let's look at this question. Which of the statements given below is or are correct? First statement is FTP uses 2 TCP connections, and second is HTTPS uses only 1 TCP connection. And the options that we have are only one is correct, only second is correct, both first and second are correct, and both first and third is both first and second are incorrect, and fourth is both first and second are correct. Okay, so now the correct answer for this one is going to be option number D, which is both first and second are correct. Okay, because FTP uses 2 connections and HTTP uses only 1 connection is true in this case. So hope you have understood it. The correct answer is option D. The next one is DIMM is what? Okay, so basically DIMM is what? Okay, so we have to tell the correct answer. Basically this is a full form type of question. Okay, and the correct answer in this case will be DIMM stands for dual inline memory module. Okay, so DIMM. So DIMM stands for dual inline memory module, and the correct answer in this case is option D, which is this one. Moving on to the next one. So a systematic way of storing information in database. Okay, and we have different options. So which is the systematic way of storing information in the database? The options that we have are query, report, form, none of the above. So the correct answer in this case is option number C, which is form. Okay, moving on to the next one. The type of testing which focuses on finding faults due to invalid data is what? So the options that we have is first one equivalent partitioning, second one is equivalence class partitioning, third is boundary value testing, and we have options as both first and second. Second is both like only second, only third, or only first. So the correct answer in this case will be both first and second. Okay, so the option number A is the correct answer. So equivalence partitioning and boundary value testing are used to test faults due to invalid data. Okay, however, equivalence class partitioning is the better answer for finding invalid data scenarios. So that's why the correct answer in this case is option number A. Moving on to the next one. Identify the correct testing techniques. Okay, so we have different types of testing techniques, that is integration testing, collaboration testing, system testing, and unit testing. So the correct answer for this one is collaboration testing. Collaboration testing is not the correct testing technique. Rest all are correct testing techniques. Moving on to the next one. What protocol is used for sending emails? Okay, so the options that we have are SMTP, FTP, HTTP, and IMAP. So the correct answer in this case is option A, which is SMTP, and the full form of SMTP is Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. Okay, so in the name of SMTP only it is coming mail, so that is only the correct answer. That is Simple Mail Transfer Protocol is used for sending emails. So in this one the correct answer is option number A. Moving on to the next one. What is the default subnet mask for a class C IP address? Okay, and we have different options. So out of these the correct answer for this one is like 255 for like .255.255.0 is the class C networks that have a default subnet mask allowing 254 host addresses. So the correct answer in this case is which one? Option number C. Okay, moving on to the next one. What does IDE stands for in programming? Okay, so the IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. Okay, so the correct answer in this case is option number B, A, I guess, because A is Integrated Development Environment. Let's read the other options also. Interactive Debugging Environment is wrong, Integrated Debugging Environment is also wrong, and Interactive Design Environment is also wrong. So the correct answer is option A, that is Integrated Development Environment. Next one is, what is recursion in programming? The options that we have are a function calling another function, second is a function calling itself, a loop inside a function, and a class within a class. Okay, so the correct answer in this case is recursion is basically what? A function calling itself is called as recursion. Okay, so the correct answer is option B. Moving on to the next one. What is the output of 5 mod 2 in most programming languages? Okay, so see, 5 mod 2 is an expression. We need to, and you know, before solving this question, you should understand what mod does. Okay, so mod basically does is like it gives you remainder. Okay, so remainder. So when we do 5 mod 2, what we are doing is this one, and we have to return whatever we get as the like remainder. So we get 1 as the remainder, right? So the correct answer that will 5 mod 2 will give is 1. Okay, so the correct answer in this case is option B, that is 1. Moving on to the next one. Which of the following is a mutable data type in Python? And the options that we have is tuple, list, string, and integer. Okay, so the correct answers out of these is option B, which is list. So list can be like, you know, what is mutable basically? So mutable, let me tell you, mutable basically can be modified. Okay, next one that we have is question number 17. Okay, which is which type of join returns allow rows from both tables which nulls in place of missing matches. The options that we have are inner join, left join, right join, full outer join. Okay, so again I would suggest pause for a minute, think of the like answer, and then continue the video. The correct answer for this one is option number D, which is full outer join. Okay, so full outer join returns all the rows from both tables with nulls for non-matching data. Okay, moving on to the next one. So guys, before we move on to the next one, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure to do so that you don't miss any important updates going forward. What is the next question? Which SQL command is used to change the structure of a table? We have different options. Option A is alter, B is modify, C is update, and D is create. The correct answer in this case is option A, which is alter. Okay, so alter is like alter command modifies the structure of the existing table, such as like adding or dropping columns from a table. Okay, so correct answer in this case is alter. Moving on to the next one. What is a foreign key in databases? And the options that we have are a key that uniquely identifies a row in a table. Option B is a key that refers to primary key in another table. Option C is a key that is indexed for faster searches. And option D is a key that is auto-generated. The correct answer for this question is going to be option B, that is a key that refers to a primary key in another table. Basically, foreign key is what? Okay, it tries to establish connection between two tables. Okay, and it refers to the primary key in the second table or the another table. So that is why the correct answer in this case is going to be option B. Okay, moving on to the next one. What is the result of SQL query that is select count star from table name? Okay, and the options that we have are the sum of all column values, the total number of rows in a table, the number of columns in a table, the unique values in a table. So the correct answer in this case is option number B, that is the total number of rows in the table. Okay, so this query will result into the total number of rows in a table. So the correct answer is option number B. Moving on to the next one. What is a firewall primarily used for? The options that we have are encrypting network traffic, blocking unauthorized access. Option C is enhancing internet speed, and option D is detecting hardware issues if there is any. So the correct answer in this case is option number B, that is blocking unauthorized access. Okay, so blocking unauthorized access is like the major work of firewalls. What is the next question that we have? Which of the following is a phishing attack? The options that we have are SQL injection. Option B is sending deceptive emails to steal credentials. Option C is overloading a server with traffic. And option D is unauthorized code execution. So the correct answer in this case is option B, that is sending deceptive emails to the to steal the credentials. That is the called as phishing attack. Moving on to the next one. What does HTTPS use to secure communication? The options that we have is RSA, TLS or SSL. Option C is DES and option D is AES. Okay, so the correct answer in this case is TLS or SSL. Okay, HTTPS basically uses TLS or SSL to encrypt data and secure communication between client and server. That is why the correct answer in this case is option number B. Moving on to the next question. Which type of malware replicates itself to spread to other devices? The options that we have is worm, Trojan, ransomware and spyware. So the correct answer in this case will be worm. Okay, so basically the worm self replicates it and spreads to other system without user intervention. Moving on to the next one. Which software development methodology emphasize iterative progress? Okay, and the options that we have is agile, waterfall, spiral, RAD. Okay, so basically agile, we all know agile is the methodology which focuses on iterative development, delivering incremental updates. Okay, so the correct answer in this case is option number A, which is agile. Moving on. Which type of testing focuses on individual units or components? Options that we have are integration testing, system testing, unit testing and acceptance testing. So with the names only we got it. So individual units, so that is why the correct answer is unit testing. So unit testing ensures that individual parts of the application works as intended or as per expectation. Moving on to the next one. What is primary function of DNS? The options that we have are assign IP address. Option B is resolve domain name to IP address. Option C is block unauthorized traffic, and option D is route data packets. Okay, so the correct answer in this case is going to be resolve domain names to IP address. Moving on to the next one. What is the purpose of a VPN? Okay, so if you are not aware, VPN stands for virtual private network. Okay, so what is the work of VPN? Let's read the options. First is encrypt internet connections. Second is block malware. Third is speed up downloads, and fourth is monitor network traffic. So correct answer in this case is option A, which is encrypt internet connection. So the work of VPN is to encrypt internet connection. Moving on. What is the purpose of a load balancer? The options that we have are to secure applications, to distribute network traffic across multiple servers. Option C is to reduce database queries, and option D is to encrypt sensitive information. The correct answer in this case is option B, which is to distribute network traffic across multiple servers is the purpose of a load balancer actually. Moving on to the next one. Which of the following tools is used for container orchestration? Okay, and the options that we have is Docker, Kubernetes, Jenkins and Ansible. So the correct answer in this case would be Kubernetes, because Kubernetes automates the deployment, it scales and management. It also is responsible for management of centralized applications. That is why the correct answer is Kubernetes in this case. So moving on. The next question is, what will be the output of the below query? Okay, so now we have a query. Okay, this is a MySQL query, and we have to find out what will be the output of this question. Okay, so the output of this will be this much. Okay, which is A and T. Okay, so the correct answer that we have in this options is option number C. So you need to break the string, and you have to check it character wise. So the correct answer that this query will give is A and T, which is option number C. Moving on to the next question. So guys, before we dive deep into this question, if you are new to the channel, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. I have noticed that a lot of you get benefited from the video, you watch it, but you don't subscribe to the channel. Please guys do it, because this is going to be helpful for you only in the future, because a lot of helpful videos are going to come on the channel. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Okay, now let's see the next question, which is, which of the following devices operate at both physical and data link layer? Okay, so we have two layers, physical and data link layers, and we have to tell which of these operate at both the levels. Okay, so the first one is what? Repeater. Okay, and the second one is what? Bridges. Okay, so let's see. We know repeater operates at physical and data layer, data link layer both. Okay, so for this we can say both. Okay, let's see, but you should not just see only one option and one of the given options and select the final answer. You should check both. Okay, so bridge also operates on physical and data link layer. Okay, so what is the option for, do we have a matching option or not? Let's see. First is both 1 and 2. Yes, because what we have seen, both 1 and 2. Yeah, let's see. Neither 1 and 2. No. Only 2, no. Only 1 also, no. So the correct answer in this case will be option number A, which is both 1 and 2, which is both repeater and bridges, operates at physical and data link layers. So the correct answer for this question will be option number A. Moving on to the next question. Which of the following is not a block level element? Okay, so we have different elements. Let me tell you what are the elements that we have: code, script, label, and then we have video. Okay, so what we are asked is which of the following is not a block level element. Okay, see, option number this one, and this one. These three are what? These three are not block level. Okay, you have to understand that, and this one is what? Block level. Okay, so the correct answer for this question will be option 2, 3 and 4. So that is only 2, 3 and 4 is the correct answer, and rest are the wrongs. The correct answer for this question is going to be option number A. Moving on to the next question now. To the next question. Identify the true statement about software testing. Okay, the question is from Computer Fundamental. The options that we have are: boundary value testing does not result in redundancy. Option B is equivalence class testing divides the input data into partitions of equivalent data from which test cases can be derived. Option C is none of the options, and option D is black box testing is dependent on how the software is implemented. Now the correct answer for this question is option number B, that is equivalence class testing divides the input data into partitions of equivalent data for which test can be derived. Okay, so guys, if you have any doubts in any of the questions, please feel free to ask. And just a personal suggestion from my end, before solving the questions directly, before watching the solutions of the questions directly, please pause the video if required in between, think of the solution in your mind and then continue the video. In this way you are training your brain to prepare for the exam, so that because otherwise if you directly watch the solution in exam, if you get the exact same question also, you might not remember the answer. Okay, because you have not done any hard work, or your brain has not done any hard work thinking the solution of that question, right? So this is a good practice. I would suggest all of you that if you are practicing side by side, pause the videos if and when required, and then think of the approaches or the solutions in your mind. Moving on to the next question, which is which phase of incident response involves restoring affected systems and data to a known good state? The options that we have are: option A is detection and analysis, option B is recovery, option C is containment and eradication, option D is preparation. The correct answer in this case is option B, which is recovery. So recovery is basically the phase of the incident response which involves restoring affected systems and data to a known good state. Moving on to the next question now. Identify a valid attribute for the canvas tag in HTML5. So in HTML5 we have a canvas tag, and we have to tell the valid attribute which can be used along with the canvas tag. The options that we have given is diameters, none of the given options, height and radius. Let's see. So the correct answer for this question is option C. Height is usually the attribute which is usually used along with canvas tag. Okay, now moving on to the next question, guys. Again, before we look into this question, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. There is a lot of helpful content on the channel, and on daily basis off-campus drives are also getting posted. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel. If there is something which you can do for me, do that. Okay, subscribe to the channel. Okay, let's see this question now. Identify an invalid HTML tag from the following. Okay, so we have different HTML tags given to us. Okay, let's see the options. First is footer, header, body text and body. Okay, let me tell you, footer is basically, for example, if we have a web page, okay, website or a web page, whatever. So the thing which comes on the bottom is called as footer. Okay, then what we have next is header. The thing which comes on the top of the page is header. Okay, this is header, this is footer, whatever in between is called as body. Okay, so header, footer, body we have, there is nothing called as body text. Okay, so body text is not a valid HTML tag. Okay, so that is why the correct answer is body tag, because we were asked invalid. Okay, so body text is a, we can say, invalid HTML tag. Okay, let's see the next now. Which of the following is not a type of software testing? So we have the options: unit testing, integration testing, compilation testing and system testing. So the correct answer for this question is option number C, which is compilation testing. Okay, so guys, in testing we have different types of testing. Okay, and the options like option A, unit testing, integration testing, and system testing are actually different types of testing, but there is nothing like compilation testing. So that is why the correct answer is compilation testing, because there is no such testing in like testing in software testing. Moving on to the next question. Let's look at this question. What type of testing is done without executing the code? So the options that we have are unit testing, integration testing, static testing, and dynamic testing. So the correct answer in this case is static testing. So static testing is the one in which we don't need to execute the code and we can perform the testing. Moving on to our next question, which is which testing method is based on internal structure of the application? The options that we have are black box testing, white box testing, functional testing, and regression testing. So in this case, the correct answer is white box testing. Okay, our answer is option number T, which is white box testing. So in white box testing, the testing is done based on internal structure of the application. Moving on to the next question, which of the following is not a functional testing type? And the options that we have are usability testing, smoke testing, performance testing, and sanity testing. The correct answer in this case is option number C, which is performance testing. Okay, so performance testing is not a type of functional testing type. Let's move on to the next question now. Regression testing is performed to, and the options that we have are check system usage, find new defects, verify that recent code changes haven't affected existing functionality. Option D, ensure performance optimization. So the correct answer is option number C, that is regression testing is performed to verify that the recent code changes haven't affected existing functionality. Move on to the next question. The purpose of stress testing is to, so the options that we have are check system stability under normal conditions, identify vulnerabilities in the system, determine the system's breaking point, assess functional correctness. So the correct answer in this case is option number C, which is determine the system breakpoint. Let's now move on to the next question. Which testing is usually done first? So the options that we have are system testing, unit testing, acceptance testing, regression testing. So firstly, we usually do unit testing. So the correct answer in this case is option number B. So guys, before we move on to the next question, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and there is a complete playlist on the channel. Make sure to check that too. Let's move on to the next question, which is what is the main goal of acceptance testing? The options that we have are to ensure the software meets the business requirements, to verify code quality, to evaluate performance, to detect security vulnerability. So the correct answer for this question is option number A, to ensure the software meets the business requirements. Okay, see, in the question is only like acceptance testing. So how, when the testing will be accepted is that when our software meets the business requirement. Moving on to the next question. Which testing technique involves testing the system as a whole? The options that we have are unit testing, integration testing, system testing, and alpha testing. The correct answer in this case is option number C, which is system testing. Okay, let's now look at next question. What is a test case? So the options that we have are a document describing text execution steps, a tool for automated testing, a testing type, a project management team. So the correct answer for this question is option number A. A document describing text execution steps is called a test case. Let's now move on to the next set of questions, which is the brain of any computer is, and the options that we have are ALU, memory, CPU, control unit. So the correct answer in this case is option number C, which is CPU. So guys, I have a suggestion for you. Before checking out the answers directly, make sure that you think of the answers in your mind and then try to attempt the question, because this way you will have the practice of solving the questions on your own without just directly looking at the answers, and your muscle memory will work, and in the exams also you can think about the solutions of the question. Moving on to the next question. Which data structure follows the FIFO pipeline? Okay, so just in case if you are not aware, FIFO is first in, first out. Okay, now we have two data structure. One is called as stack and one is called as queue. Okay, and both of them follows like LIFO and FIFO. Okay, wherein LIFO stands for last in first out and FIFO stands for first in first out. So let's see, in stack whatever goes first, like A is going first and then B is going. Okay, so when coming out, so whatever is last in will come first out. Okay, so B will come first and then A will come. So stack follows LIFO, whereas in queue whatever goes first, like if A has gone first, then A will only pop out. So we will get A, B, C. So queue is what? FIFO. So the options that we have are stack, queue, linked list and graph. So I hope now you have got the answer for this. The correct answer is option number B, which is queue. So queue follows FIFO principle, which is first in first out. Moving on to the next question. What is the time complexity of binary search in worst case? So you, like if you have worked upon binary search, it is used for sorting and searching. So the correct answer for this question is in worst case binary search takes big O of log n. Okay, so the correct answer is option number B, which is big O of log n. Moving on to the next question. Which of the following is an example of system software? And we are given four options: compiler, MS Word, Photoshop and Gmail. So the correct answer in this case is option number A, which is compiler. Okay, so compiler is an example of system software. Let's move on to the next question now. Which protocol is used for secure web development? Okay, and we are given few protocol as the options. First is HTTP, FTP, HTTPS, SMTP. Okay, so see, in HTTPS we have the S word, which is for secure only. So the correct answer for this question is option number C, that is HTTPS is used for secure web communication. Moving on to the next one. In which layer of OSI model does routing occur? Okay, and the options are application, transport, network, data link. Basically these are different layers. Okay, and we have to tell in which layer exactly the routing occurs. So routing occurs in network layer. So the correct answer for this question is option number C. Moving on to the next question. What does RAM stands for? Okay, and we have been given different options. RAM, like first is random access memory, second is read access memory, third is read only memory, next is random application memory. So the correct answer for this question is random access memory, that is option number F, which is the first one. Moving on to the next one. What is the full form of SQL? Okay, so we have to tell the full form of SQL, and we are given different options. Option A is structured question language, simple query language. Option C is structured query language, and option 4 is standard query language. Let's see the answer for it. The answer for this question is option number C, which is structured query language. Moving on to the next one. The question that we have is, which sorting algorithm has an average time complexity of big O of n log n? And the options that we are given is bubble sort, quick sort, insertion sort and selection sort. So and you know, you guys make sure that you like read the question correctly. It is asked average time complexity. Okay, so don't consider like worst or something. So the correct answer for this question is option number B, which is quick sort. So quick sort has L log n time complexity. Moving on to the next question now. The question is, a compiler translates program written in, and the options that we have are high level language to low level language, low level language to high level language, assembly language to machine code, and machine code to binary. So the correct answer for this question is option number first. Basically here it is B, so I will write B. The correct answer is this one, which is high level language to low level language. So the compiler work is what? To convert or like translate a high level language code into a low level language code. Moving on to the next one. Which of the following is a private IP address? Okay, so we have been given 4 IP addresses as the options, and we have to tell which one is the private IP address. So the correct answer in this case is 192.168.1.1 is considered as a private IP address. So the correct answer for this question is option number A. Let's move on to the next question now. What does VPN stands for? Okay, so let's see. The options that we have are, first is virtual private network, second is virtual public network, third is verified public private network, and fourth is virtual protected network. The correct answer for this question is first one. Okay, but here the option is B, so that is why I'm writing B. I'll also write the correct answer for this. The full form of VPN is virtual, V for virtual, P for private, and N for network. Okay, hope you are getting these questions, and if you are liking the video, make sure to like the video, share it with your friends, comment down your views if you want to see more such videos for preparation. And by the end of this video, there will be 2 DIY questions. Make sure to attempt those questions too. Let's see the next question. Which layer of the OSI model ensures reliable delivery of data? So we have different OSI models and we have to tell which of them ensures reliable delivery of data. The options that we have are network, transport, session, and application. The correct answer in this case is option number B, which is transport. So transport OSI model ensures reliable delivery of data. So with sometimes, logically also, if you think you will get the answers. So here it is clearly mentioned delivery of data, which means transport model only will support delivery of data in a reliable way. Moving on to the next question. The question is, a firewall is used for what purpose? And we have been given 4 options. The options are data encryption, network security, packet transmission, and software development. So most of us know it. So the firewall's work is for network security. Okay, network security, it secures our environment with any security threats. Moving on to the next question. What is phishing? Okay, and the options that we have are hacking user credentials through deceptive emails, attacking a system using brute force, encrypting sensitive data, monitoring web traffic. So the correct answer in this case is hacking user credentials through deceptive emails. So phishing is the techniques in which like the hackers hack the system using user credentials through deceptive emails. Moving on to the next question now. Which cloud model offers services to general public? The options that we have are private cloud, public cloud, hybrid cloud, and community cloud. So it is told as general public, so it is obviously option number B, which is public cloud. So public cloud model offers services to general public. Moving on to the next question. Guys, before we look into this question, if you are finding this video helpful, make sure that you subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss important updates from the channel. I regularly post these kinds of helpful videos on my channel. Let's see this question, which is, what does SaaS stands for, or we can say SaaS stands for? The options that we have are software as a solution, system as a service, software as a service, and storage as a service. The correct answer for this question is option number C, which is software as a service. We have different things like PaaS, SaaS, and IaaS. Okay, so where is I stands for infrastructure, SaaS stands for software as a service, P stands for platform as a service. Moving on to the next question now. Which cloud service mobile model provides virtual machines? The options that we have are SaaS, PaaS, IaaS, DaaS. So the correct answer in this question is option number C, which is IaaS model provides virtual machine. Okay, because IaaS stands for infrastructure as a service. Moving on to the next question. The advantage of cloud computing is, the options that we have are high initial investment, scalability, hardware dependency, fixed storage limit. The correct answer in this case is option number B, which is scalability. Okay, so let's start with the first question. What does CPU stand for? So the options are central programming unit, central processing unit, computer processing unit, and central power unit. So the correct answer for out of these is option number 2 or B, which is central processing unit. Okay, central processing unit. So CPU is the primary unit of the memory, primary unit of a computer that executes instruction inside a computer. Let's move on to the next one. Which of the following is not a valid data type in most programming languages? The options that we have are integer, string, char, and fraction. So the correct answer is option number 4, which is fraction. Okay, so fraction is not a standard data type in programming languages, and the other are the common data types, which is like integer, string, and character. Moving on to the next question now. What is a key feature of a object-oriented programming? So OOPS or object-oriented programming have some key principles or key features, and we have to find out which of these is a key feature of it. So the options that we have are encapsulation, polynomial decomposition, code encryption, static typing. So the answer for this is option A, encapsulation. Okay, let's move on to the next question now. The next is, what is the primary function of the operating system? So the options that we have are running software applications, managing hardware and software resources, writing data to the hard drive, connecting to the internet. The answer is option number 2, which is managing hardware and software resources. So guys, if you are finding this video helpful and if you feel that it is going to helpful for you in the preparation, make sure to subscribe to the channel to receive these kinds of regular videos, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Moving on to the next question now. Which of the following is an example of external memory device? The options that we have are CPU, RAM, hard disk, and cache. So the answer for this is hard disk, okay? Because hard disk is an external memory, rest all are internal memory types. So moving on to the next one now. In SQL or SQL, which statement is used to remove data from the table? The options that we have are remove, delete, drop, and truncate. So the statement which is used for deleting the data or removing the data, it is delete. So delete is the keyword or the statement. Moving on to the next one. Which of the following is the type of machine language? The options that we have are assembly language, Python, binary code, and C++. So rest all are what? Programming languages like Python and C++ are programming languages. Assembly language is the assembly language. So the machine language is binary code. Okay, so binary code is a machine language. Machine language basically consists of binary codes that a computer can understand, which is in zeros and ones. Moving on to the next question. In programming, what is a variable? Let's see the options. A fixed memory address, a memory location that holds a value, a type of function, a keyword for object oriented programming. The answer for this is a memory location that holds a value. Okay, let's move on to the next question now. What does acronym URL stands for? Okay, so basically we have to tell the full form of URL. Let's first read the options available to us. First option is Universal Resource Locator. Next is Uniform Resource Locator. Third is Unified Resource Locator. Fourth is Unique Resource Locator. So the answer for this question is I'll write down the answer. If you also know it, please write it in the comment, okay, before checking the final answer. So the correct answer is Uniform Resource Locator. Okay, and guys, I would suggest you that before checking the final answer that I say in the video, try to pause in between, think of it, and if you feel that this answer can be right, then check the answer, okay, because that will improve your muscle memory. Let's move on to the next question now. Which of the following is not an input device? Let's see the options. Keyboard, mouse, printer, scanner. Okay, so as we all know, printer is an output device and rest are the input devices. Let's move on to the next question now. What does HTTP protocol do? So the options that we have are provides email services, encrypts data for secure communication, transfer hypertext web pages over the internet, connects devices to a local network. The answer for this is it transfers hypertext. Okay, so basically HTTP, if you are not aware, HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It is the protocol that is used for transferring web pages on the internet. So the correct answer is transfer hypertext. Let's move on to the next question now. Which of the following is a cloud storage provider? The options that we have are Google Drive, Excel, WordPress, Photoshop. And this is very easy, and we all know that the correct answer is Google Drive. So Google Drive is a very popular and known cloud storage provider. Moving on to the next one. Which of the following is an example of a relational database management system? The options that we have are MongoDB, MySQL, Cassandra, and Firebase. So the correct answer is MySQL. So MySQL is a relational database management system that stores data in forms of tables with predefined schemas. Moving on to the next question now. Which of the following programming language is considered as a high-level programming language? The options that we have are assembly language, machine language, Python, or binary. So the correct answer for this question is Python. So Python is a high-level programming language, which means it is user-friendly and abstracted from machine code. Moving on to the next question now. What is the primary function of ALU? So ALU, which is the full form of which is arithmetic logic unit. The options that we have are perform input and output operations, perform logical and arithmetic operation, control data flow, manage memory. The correct answer for this is perform logical and arithmetic operations. So because sometimes just by looking at the terms in the question only you can understand the or you can estimate the answers. So arithmetic is already coming in the question itself. So like ALU is responsible for performing arithmetic and logical operation. Arithmetic as in like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and not multiplication, addition and subtraction I would say. And for logical I would say and or. So you understand, right? And or, which is in programming. So let's move on to the next question now. Which of the following is an example of system software? The options that we have are Microsoft Word, Excel, Windows operating system, and Google Chrome. The correct answer for this is Windows operating system. Let's move on to the next question now. What is the main difference between a stack and a queue data structure? So you can also expect questions from DSA or normal data structures also. So let's see the options that we have. So we are asked the difference between stack and queue. Okay, so stack uses last in first out, queue uses FIFO. Okay, before we look into the options, let me explain you what is stack and what is queue. So in stack the data goes in like this. Okay, first this entry will be filled, okay, then next will be filled, then this will be filled, and how we will pop out the data again in this fashion. So if the input is A, B and C, the output is going to be C, B and A. Okay, on the other, this was about stack. And if you are not aware about queue, in queue the data enters in this way, like A will enter, then B will enter, then C will enter. So entering in this way and then popping also in this way only. Okay, so A will be removed, B will be removed, C will be removed. So stack uses last in first out. Let's see if this is correct. Stack uses last in, which means C was the last one which was in and C is the first one which is out. So this is correct, the first part is correct. Queue uses first in first out. So first input was A and the first output also is A. So this is also correct. So we can say that the first option is only which we have seen is correct. Okay, but in exams don't do like this, that the first option, if you are feeling that it is correct, so you will not check the other options only. Sometimes this is a trick. You might feel that the first option is correct, but the first option is actually not correct. So always read the remaining options also. So let's read the remaining options. Stack uses FIFO. FIFO is totally wrong because first in first out is always queue. So stack cannot be a queue, right? So option 3 is stack uses a linear structure. Queue uses a circular structure. No, in queue we do not have any circular structure. Queue is also a linear structure. Both uses LIFO. That is also not possible. Both are different. One is LIFO and other is FIFO. So now we are very obvious that the correct answer is option number 1, which is stack uses LIFO, queue uses FIFO. Moving on to the next question. What does IP stand for in the networking? The options that we have are Internet Protocol, International Protocol, Internet Packet, and the fourth option is Internal Process. The correct answer is Internet Protocol. Let's move on to the next question now. Which of the following is a type of malware? So we have different options, okay, and we have to tell out of these which is a malware. So options are Trojan, server, firewall, cloud. So the correct answer is option number A, which is Trojan. Okay, now guys, if you are feeling that this video is helpful for you and if you want more such content, please write it down in the comment section. Or if you want videos on any specific topic, let me know. I will bring videos for that also. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please take a moment and subscribe to the channel and like the video. Let's move on to the next question now. What is the function of the control unit in a CPU? The options that we have are perform arithmetic operations, fetch and decode instruction, store data temporarily, execute program instructions. So the correct answer for this is fetch and decode. Okay, fetch and decode instruction is the process of a CPU. Let's move on to the next question now. What is the full form of BIOS? The options that we have for this question are basic integrated operating system. Second option is basic input output system. Third option is binary input output system. Fourth option is binary interfacing operating system. So the correct answer for this question is option number B, which is basic input output system. So BIOS, if you are not aware, BIOS is a firmware that initializes hardware during booting and providing runtime services for the operating systems. Let's move on to the next question now. What does the term bit represents? Okay, so the options that we have is a group of characters, a binary digit that is 0 or 1, a byte, collection of memory addresses. So the correct answer is bit. Okay, so bit, you must have also heard 0 or 1. 0 or 1 is usually represented with the term bit. In programming, a bit is the smallest unit of data in a computer, representing either 0 or 1. So in our case, the correct answer is a binary digit, which is 0 or 1. Let's move on to the next question now. Which of the following is used for permanent data storage? The options that we have are RAM, cache, hard drive, or register. So hard drive and register. So we all know RAM is like temporary memory, cache is also temporary memory, and register can also not store permanently data. So the correct answer in this case is hard drive. Okay. Hard drive is the permanent data storage. Moving on to the next question, which of the following is a widely used algorithm for sorting? So the options that we have is merge sort, quick sort, bubble sort, and all of the above. The out of these, the correct answer is all of the above. Okay, because all these algorithms are used for sorting only. Next question that we have is, which of the following is an example of GUI based operating system? GUI, just in case if you are not aware, graphical user interface. The full form of GUI is graphical user interface. So which of the following is an example of GUI based operating system? The options that we have is MS-DOS, Linux, Windows, and Unix. And we all know that Windows provides GUI based operating system, because others are like more like command based. Okay. Next question is, which protocol is used to securely send emails? Okay. So the correct answer for this is SMTP, POP3, IMAP, SSL, or TLS protocol. So the correct answer is Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, or SMTP as we say. So the correct answer is option number 1. Let's move on to the next question. What is the purpose of a compiler? So the options that we have are to execute code, to convert high level code into machine code, to debug the code, to manage memory allocation. So the correct answer for this is to convert high level code into machine code. Okay, the purpose of compiler is to convert high level code into machine code. Basically, compiler translate high level programming code into machine level code for execution. Moving on to the next question, what does GUI stands for in the context of program operating system? So just 2 questions back only I mentioned GUI stands for graphical user interface. So you can read all the options, and the correct answer out of this is graphical user interface. So guys, I hope now let's look at this question. Which data structure uses LIFO, that is last in first out principle? Okay, and we are given 4 different options, that is queue, stack, array, and linked list. Okay, so just in case if you are not aware, see, we have different data structures. This is stack. Okay, queue looks something like this. Okay, and then we have array and linked list also. So linked list looks something like this, which has a address and the data. Okay, so this address points to the next memory location. Okay, so basically in stack, whatever goes first, like if this goes A, that if we have a sequence, okay, like this A, B, and C, so initially A is going, then B will go, then C will go. Okay, now we have to pop it up. So how it will get popped is the one on the top will come first. Okay, so then C will come first, then B, and then A. Now what LIFO stands for? Last in first out. And what is happening in the stack case? We have seen, okay, last in first out. See, whatever was the last in, C was the one which got last in, and C is the one coming first out. So that is why it is the correct answer for this question will be stack, that is option number B. Okay, and in the same case, if it was asked FIFO, FIFO stands for first in first out, then we would have told Q as the answer, because in Q, okay, Q, U, E, U, E. So Q, in Q, if we enter like A, B, and C, then whichever was entered first, that will only come out first. So that is why we will pop it in this way only. So this is called as FIFO, whereas in stack it is called as this is called as FIFO, wherein as in stack it is called as LIFO. Okay, hope you have understood the concept. Let's look at this question now. What is the time complexity of searching an element in a balanced binary search tree? Okay, so see, we have like balanced binary search tree is how, like it is in this way. Okay, so we have to tell that in order to perform searching, how much times it takes in a balanced binary tree. So the correct answer for this question will be big O of log n. Okay, so the correct answer will be option number B. Moving on, which sorting algorithm has the best average case time complexity? Okay, see, we have different algorithms given to us: bubble sort, insertion sort, quick sort, selection sort, right? So we have to tell which one has the best best average case time complexity. Okay, so the correct answer for this option will be option number C, which is quick sort. Okay, and let me tell you basic reason also, because see, explaining the entire concept is not possible because we are covering MCQs, right? But I'll give you like basic explanation also. See, quick sort, quick sort has the time complexity big O of n log n. Okay, on on average. Okay, we can say, and due to what rule, what concept quick sort follows? Something called as divide and conquer. Okay, divide and conquer, wherein we divide the bigger problem into smaller parts, and then we try to solve them, and then it gets solved quickly. So that is why it is called as quick sort. So yeah, the correct answer for this one is quick sort. Like quick sort has the best average case complexity. Moving on to the next one. In a min heap, the smallest element is located at, options are any leaf node, the root node, any internal node, and none of the above. The correct answer will be the root node, which is option number B. Why? Because actually in a mean heap, the smallest element is always at the root. Okay, mean heap means what? Okay, mean heap means like if we have like 3 digits, 1 2 3. Okay, the smallest one will always be on the top. Okay, that is why it is called as min heap. So the smallest element is located where? At the root node. Okay, this is called as the root node. Moving on, which data structure is most suitable for implementing a priority queue? So we have different options: stack, queue, heap, and then linked list. So the correct answer in this case is, okay, now many of the students which don't have much idea about it, they might select queue as the answer, but no, the correct answer is heap. So heap is used to implement priority queue. Okay, so now what's the reason? Like heap allows for, actually heap allows for efficient access and updates of the highest or lowest priority elements. So that is why heap is good for priority queue. Okay, moving on, which of the following is synchronization tool? Okay, now this is one of the questions from operating systems. Okay, so we have different options: thread, semaphore, socket, and pipe. The correct answer in this case will be semaphore. Okay, option number B, which is semaphore. Basically, semaphore helps manage concurrent processes by controlling the resource access. Okay, so if there are concurrent processes happening, it will help in allocating the resources and managing it efficiently. Moving on, what is the main function of the command interpreter? Okay, so the options that we have are to provide interface between API and application program. Option B is to handle the files in the operating system. Option C is to get and execute the next user specified command, and option D is to provide a graphical user interface. The correct answer in this case is option number C, that is to get and execute the next user specified command. Now why? Because the command interprets, reads, and executes user commands. Okay, so command interpreter, what it does is it reads and executes user commands. Okay, moving on, which scheduling algorithm may cause starvation? Okay, the options that we have are first come first serve, shortest job next, or SJF also it is sometimes called as, and next is round robin, priority scheduling. So the correct answer in this case is priority scheduling. Okay, priority scheduling causes starvation. Okay, so basically what happens is priority scheduling algorithm, what it does is it gives priority. Okay, and the low priority to the high priority task. So the low priority task, what happens for them is they wait and wait. Okay, and they wait sometimes indefinitely in higher because of the higher priority processes are keep on arriving. Okay, so because of which the lower priority ones get dies out of starvation, we can say, like not dies as such, but since they have to like wait and wait, it is called as starvation condition. Okay, so yeah, moving on to the next one. In which memory allocation scheme does external fragmentation occur? We have different options given to us. Option A is paging, option B is segmentation, option C is both paging and segmentation, and option D that is given to us is none of the above. The correct answer for this question will be option B, segmentation. Okay, so the answer is option B, segmentation. So segmentation is the memory allocation scheme that does external fragmentation. So basically, you know why it is the answer, because memory is allocated in variable size block in case of segmentation. Okay, which means it is like how much memory it needed, that much only it will take. Okay, to just explain in simple words. Yeah. Okay, before we move on to the next question, guys, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel, as there are a lot of helpful videos on the channel, and there will be a lot of content going to come in future also on daily basis. Also off campus drives I post. Okay, so there is a lot of content that is very helpful for you. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Okay, now let's check this next question. What is thrashing in context of operating system? So we have different options given to us. Swapping pages in and out of memory frequently. Option B is a high number of page faults. Option B is both A and B, and option D is none of the above. The correct answer for this question is option C, which is both A and B above. See, thrashing happens when excessive paging reduces system performance. Okay, so the correct answer in this case will be option number C, which is both A and B. Moving on to the next one. Which normal form is considered adequate for relational database design? Okay, now we have question from database. Okay, so the options that we have is first normal form, second normal form, third normal form, and boy squad normal form. The correct answer is option number C, which is third normal form. Okay, see, third normal form or 3NF eliminates transitive dependency. Okay, so I'll write so that you'll remember. 3NF eliminates transitive dependency. Okay, moving on to the next question. So guys, I hope like you guys are finding it helpful, and just a quick suggestion from my end: before directly watching down the solutions of these questions, pause the video for a minute and think of it in your own mind, and then if you can't think, that's fine to watch the solution, but at least give it a try, so that you know, in this way your brain will get practiced to solving the questions on their own. So the question next that we have is, what does ACID stand in context of transaction management? The options that we have are option A, atomicity, consistency, isolation, durability. Option B that we have is accuracy, consistency, isolation, durability. Option C that we have is atomicity, consistency, inconsistency, durability, atomicity, and option D that we have is atomicity, concurrency, isolation, and durability. So the correct answer for this one will be option number A, which is atomicity, consistency, isolation, and durability. So ACID stands for atomicity, consistency, isolation, durability. So in second option, if you see, accuracy was not the correct one, that is why this is not the answer. And in third one, I stands for inconsistency, which is wrong. And in fourth one, C stands for concurrency, that is wrong. So ACID stands for atomicity, consistency, isolation, and durability. Okay, let's look at this next one that we have. Which SQL statement is used to remove a table and all its data from the database? The given options are delete, drop, truncate, and remove. So basically these are different statements that we have in SQL, and we need to find out which is used to remove a table and all its data from the database. Okay, make sure that it is telling to remove a complete table itself. So you know, in order to remove a table, we also call it as dropping a table. So the correct answer for this will be option number B, which is drop. Okay, so DROP, drop. So drop removes what? Drop removes both like structure and data of a table both. Okay, so when I say structure, which means table itself, and data also which was there in the table, so it removes both. Okay, moving on to the next one. What is a primary key? The options that we have are a field that uniquely identifies a record in the table. Option B is a field that is used to index the data. Option C is a field that has default value, and option D is none of the above. The correct answer in this case would be option A, that is a field that uniquely identifies a record in a table, okay, which is primary key. So see, primary key is what we have different entries, right? A table has like 4,000, 1 million entries. Okay, so primary key is helpful in uniquely identifying the record in a particular table. Okay, moving on. Which of the following is a non-volatile storage memory? Okay, the options that we are given is RAM, cache memory, hard disk, and register. So the correct answer in this case would be option number C, which is hard disk. Okay, hard disk. See, it is told to us non-volatile. Okay, so you need to understand non-volatile. So non-volatile storage remains or retains the data even when the power is lost. Okay, and rest or what, temporary memory, or we can say volatile memory. See, there are two things. Okay, temporary memory or volatile memory, and that there is called as non-volatile or non-volatile memory. Okay, or kind of permanent, I would say. I don't know if permanent is the correct word, but non-volatile also we can say, which means that does not goes if the like power is cut off or something. Whatever data was stored, it will store until unless you delete it explicitly. Okay, moving on to the next one. Which protocol is used to find the hardware address of a local device? Okay, now before we check the options, this question is from computer networks. Okay, computer networks. Okay, now let's see the options. We have the options as IP, ARP, RARP, ICMP. Okay, see, so what we are asked is the protocol that is used to find the hardware access of a local device. The correct answer for this will be ARP. So in order to know the answer for this, you should also know the full form of ARP. ARP stands for Address Resolution Protocol. Okay, so address resolution protocol, what it does is it maps an IP address to a MAC address. Okay, it maps an IP address to a MAC address. So that is why it is like when the question is asked, find the hardware address of a local device, ARP is the correct, because in ARP, A itself stands for address. Okay. Okay, now moving on to the next one. What is the primary purpose of domain name system or DNS? The options that we are given is to translate domain names into IP addresses. Option B is to assign IP address to devices. Option C is to route data packets between networks. And option D is to encrypt data for secure transmission. Okay, the correct answer for this one is going to be option number A. Okay, the correct answer is option A, that is to translate domain names into IP addresses. Moving on. Which layer of OSI model is responsible for end-to-end communication? We have different layers in OSI. Okay, layer OSI model. So the options that are given to us is network layer, transport layer, session layer, and application layer. Okay, see, end-to-end communication. Okay, so simple, it's very straightforward that transport layer is the one which is responsible for end-to-end communication. Okay, the transport layer ensures reliable data delivery between the different systems. Okay, so like if we have one system and like, okay, if we have one system and if we have another system, so communication between them, okay, is like managed through transport layer. Okay, moving on. What is the default port number for HTTP? Okay, this is a very basic questions, and I don't know if you are seeing this for the first time, but this is a very common question. You might expect this like regularly in different cases. So the options that we have are 21, 25, 80, and 110. The correct answer for us is option C, which is 80. I hope like many of you might have already seen this question somewhere, right? Okay, moving on to the next question. Which topology requires a central hub or a switch? Okay, the correct no, first of all, let's read the options. The options are bus, star, ring, and mesh. Okay, see, we again, I would say just pause for a minute, think of it. Okay, and then continue with the solution. So the correct answer for this will be option number B, which is star. Okay, so star topology connects devices to central hub or switch. Okay, so in star topology, what happens is there is a central hub or switch which connects different devices. So the correct answer for this one is option number B. Moving on. Which of the following is not a principle of OOP? Okay, and the options that are given to us is encapsulation, polymorphism, inheritance, and compilation. Okay, so now before we move forward, let me tell you that now we are looking the questions related to object oriented programming. So, okay, which is not a principle of OOP. So you might be aware that OOPs has different principles like encapsulation, polymorphism, inheritance, abstraction, but there is nothing called as compilation in the, which is a principle of OOP. Okay, so compilation is not a principle, but it is a different thing in itself. So that is why answer D is the correct answer for this question now. Okay, so the question that we have is, what is encapsulation in OOP? Okay, so let's see the different options. The ability of function to call itself. Okay, the process of combining data and functions into a single unit. The ability to create multiple methods with the same name, and the process of creating a new class from an existing class. So the correct answer for this question is going to be option B, which is the process of combining data and functions into a single unit. Okay, which means we encapsulate things, okay, into a like single unit. So that is what is called as encapsulation. And this is one of the features of one of the features of OOPs. Okay, moving on to the next question. Which feature of OOP allows subclass to provide a specific implementation of a method that is already defined in its superclass? Okay, so the options that we have is inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, and method overriding. So the correct answer for this question is going to be method overriding. Okay, so guys, please share your views in the comment section if you are feeling this video is helpful, and if you want to see more such content, please let me know. I will bring more helpful videos for all of you. Let's see next question now. What is a constructor in a class? Okay, so we have different options again. A method that is called when an object is destroyed. Okay, second option is a method that is called when an object is created. Option C is a method that is used to set the value of a variable, and option D is a method that is used to get the value of a variable. See, constructor is definitely a method or a function. Okay, you should understand that first. And constructor function always gets called whenever an object is created. Okay, so the correct answer for this is option number B. Okay, let's now move on to the next one. Which of the following allows creation of multiple records with the same name but different parameters? Okay, so we have different options again: method overloading, method overriding, inheritance, and encapsulation. The correct answer in this case would be option number A, which is method overloading. Okay, so this is the correct answer. Moving on to the next one. Which of the following is a characteristic of cloud computing? The options that are given is scalability, fixed capacity, manual provisioning, limited access. So the correct answer in this case is scalability. So scalability is one of the concepts of or characteristic, I would say, of cloud computing, because we can scale our systems on a larger level. Moving on to the next one. What does SaaS stands for? Okay, so again, like guys, just so you know, now we are on like cloud computing questions. Okay, cloud computing questions. What is SaaS stands for? So there are three things, if you have not heard: IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. Okay, so see, AaaS is always same, which is as a service, and the first one has different full form like meaning. So I stands for infrastructure, P stands for platform, and S stands for software as a service. Okay, so the correct answer for our question is software as a service. Now, just by looking at one question, we have already seen three questions, because you know you might get question on these, any of these. Okay, what does IaaS stands for, or what does PaaS stands for? So you have to answer in this way only, that these are the full forms of it. Moving on. Which cloud deployment model offers services to general public? The options that are given to us is private cloud, public cloud, hybrid cloud, and community cloud. Okay, the correct answer in this case is going to be option number B, that is public cloud deployment model offers services to general public. See, it is already told general public, so public cloud is the one which offers like services to the general public. Moving on. What is the primary benefit of using infrastructure as a service, that is IaaS? The options that we have is managed applications, pre-built applications, flexibility in configuring and managing resources, and secure backup solutions. Okay, the correct answer in this case is option number C, that is flexibility in configuring and managing resources. So the main benefit or advantage of using IaaS is this one only. Okay, moving on. Which cloud model combines both public and private clouds? Okay, the options that we are given is hybrid cloud, community cloud, multi cloud, and public cloud. The correct answer in this case is going to be option number A, which is hybrid cloud. Hybrid cloud model combines both public and private. See, public plus private is equals to hybrid. You can understand in this way. Okay, public plus private equals. So yeah, with this one you can remember this answer. Moving on to the next one, SDLC. Okay, so now just so you know, we are on SDLC pattern questions, which is SDLC stands for Software Development Life Cycle. Okay, the first question is, which phase of SDLC involves gathering requirements? The options that we have is design, analysis, implementation, and testing. Okay, so in SDLC the initial step is analysis. So in analysis phase we gather the different requirements. Okay, so the correct answer is option number B. Next one we have is, what is the primary purpose of testing phase in SDLC? So the options that we are given is developing code, finding and fixing bugs, gathering requirements, designing system architecture. The correct answer in this case is option number B, which is finding and fixing bugs. Okay, so finding and fixing bugs is the main aim or the purpose of testing phase that we have in SDLC. Moving on, which SDLC model is best suited for projects with evolving requirements? So we have many projects which continuous like evolving requirement, right? So which is like maintenance or operations, like continuously the changes are going to come. So what is the best best suited out of these for that type of projects? So the options that we have is waterfall, spiral, agile, and V model. So the correct answer for this one is agile model. Okay, so yeah, the correct answer is agile. Moving on to the next question. Which SDLC model uses iterative development? The options that we have is agile, waterfall, V model, and incremental model. The correct answer is option D, that is incremental model uses iterative development. Next question is, what is the final phase of SDLC? The options that we are given is testing, deployment and maintenance, implementation, and analysis. See, analysis happens first. Okay, I'll tell you the steps. Then comes what? Implementation. Once the analysis is done, implementation will happen. Okay, and then what next one will come is your analysis done, implementation is done, then comes your testing. Okay, once your product is implemented or your code is implemented, the next thing that you have is testing. So once testing is done, then comes what at the final step? Deployment and maintenance. So you deploy your final product or app or whatever, and then you keep on maintaining it. If there is any coming changes, then you will take that. So the correct answer in this case will be option number B. Moving on to the next one. Which programming language is used for web development? The options that we are given is Python, JavaScript, C++, and MATLAB. I hope most of you should know this one. Okay, the correct answer in this one for this question is option number B, which is JS. Okay, JS is widely used for this kinds of things, which is web development related things. Okay, JavaScript. Moving on to the next question. Which tool is commonly used for continuous integration? Okay, so we have CI/CD, right? So what is the tool which we use for CI? The options that we have is Docker, Jenkins, Kubernetes, and Ansible. The correct answer in this case is Jenkins is the correct answer. Okay, moving on to the next one. What does HTTP stands for? Okay, so first one, we have 4 different state options. We have to select the correct full form of HTTP. HTTP stands for option A is Hypertext Transfer Protocol, option B is High Transfer Text Protocol, option C is Hyperlink Transmission Protocol, option D is High Text Transport Protocol. So see, HTTP stands for what? Hyper Text Transfer Protocol. Okay, so just see which option is the correct one. So option A is the correct one in this case, which is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Okay, moving on to the next one. which is an interpreted language. Okay, the options that we have is C++, JavaScript, assembly, and C. So the correct answer for this one is JavaScript is an interpreted language. Okay, interpreted. Others are like compiled languages. Moving on to the next one. What is the purpose of return statement in a function? Okay, now these like questions are on programming concepts. Okay, programming concepts based questions we are covering now. So the options that we have is option A is to terminate the function, option B is to pass control the main program, to send a value back to the caller, and option D is to define a function's input. Okay, so the correct answer for this one is going to be option number C, that is to send a value to the caller. The purpose of return statement is the caller function, we have to return the value. Okay, so we have to send the value back to the caller function, that is why we use return statement. Moving on, what is a variable in programming? The option that we have is a reserved word in programming language. Okay, next option is a symbolic name associated with a value. Option C is a function that modifies data, and option D is a piece of hardware. See, out of 4 options, B is the most correct one. So that is the only work of a variable. That is, variable is a symbolic name which has a value or which is associated with a value. Moving on, which of the following is a type of loop in programming? So in programming we have different loops. Okay, so first is if else, switch, then we have while, and then we have go to. So out of all these, while is the one which is our loop, is a type of loop in programming. Moving on, what is the output of the following code snippet? So okay, these kinds of very small code snippets also you can get, and you will be asked to like you will be expected to answer the output questions also. So the question is this one. See, this is a Python code, just to be clear. So x is equals to, this is an array, okay, which is assigned to x. So x value has been assigned an array, and we are asked to print x of 1. Okay, now in programming, the indexing always starts from 0. So this is 0 index, this is 1 index, and this is 2 index. So when we write x of 1, what we are saying is this part. Okay, so that is why when we say print of x of 1, we want that 2 should be printed out. So the correct answer in this case is option number B, which is 2. Okay, moving on. Which of the following is a dynamically typed language? Okay, so we have different options: C, Java, Python, and C++. The correct answer in this case would be option number C, which is Python. So Python allows variables to hold different types without explicit declaration. So in Python, you don't need to explicitly declare that it is an integer type, or it is a floating type or something. Okay, so it allows dynamically that is why it is called as dynamically typed language. Moving on, what is the full form of API? Okay, so we have options. Option A is application programming interface. Option B is application process interface. Option C is advanced programming interface, and option D is application protocol interface. The correct answer in this case is going to be option number A, which is application programming interface. Okay, hope you found it helpful. So guys, if you have found this video helpful, and if you feel that it has contributed in your learning journey, please give it a like, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Next question is, which of the following is an example of no SQL database? The options that we have are MySQL, MongoDB, Oracle, PostgreSQL. See, rest 3 are not no SQL. So the only one that we have is MongoDB. So MongoDB is the no SQL database. Okay. Moving on. What is the primary use of Docker? Okay. So we have 4 options. First is version control. Second is virtualization. Third is containerization, and fourth is continuous integration. So see, Docker is used for containerization. So the correct answer is containerization. Basically, Docker packages the application into containers for consistency across environments. Okay, so once it is containerized, then it can be passed to like different environment. So that is the main purpose of Docker. Moving on. Which of the following is a front-end framework? Okay, so we have different options. Okay, option A is React, option B is Django, option C is Flask, and option D is Laravel. So the correct answer for this question is option A, which is React. Moving on to the next one. What is big O notation used for? Okay, big O notation. So the options that we have are measuring program size, analyzing algorithm performance, writing machine code, and debugging code. The correct answer for this question is option number B, which is analyzing the algorithm performance. So we calculate time complexity, right, and space complexity using big O notation. So that is why we analyze the performance of our algorithm that we have written, or an existing algorithm. So that is why big O notation is used for analyzing the performance of an algorithm. So guys, so far we have seen so many questions related to computer fundamentals. Now I have two questions for you that you need to solve by your own, and you need to write down the answers of these questions in the comment section. Let me tell you how you will write. So first, this is DIY question 1, and then we will have one more DIY question, that is you have to do it yourself. You will write the answer in this way. First, like whatever the option you feel, and then the correct answer, and the same way goes for second one also. Guys, make sure if you have watched the video so far, so it will be a very good practice, and just be honest in your preparation and just comment down whatever you feel the answers of these two questions, and I will reply to your comment if it is correct or not. Let's see the question that we have. Which data structure is used to implement function calls in most programming languages? The options that we have is queue, stack, linked list, and hash table. So basically you have to tell which out of these data structure that is given to us, which is used to implement function call. Okay, make sure to comment down the answer. Next is, what is the primary purpose of a cache memory in a computer system? So the questions, the options that we have are to store frequently accessed data for fast retrieval. Option B is to back up important data. Option C is to store files permanently, and option D is to manage virtual memory. Make sure that you comment down the answers of both the DIY questions. Okay. So that's all for today, guys. I hope you found the video helpful. If you have any doubts, please let me know in the comment section. Make sure to join me on Telegram and Instagram as well. You can ask your queries in the Instagram DM as well. And if you need any content, you can request it on our Telegram channel. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet, to receive all the latest regular updates. I regularly post off-campus drives and preparation related videos for placements on my channel. So that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching the video.